Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest in the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I have Sundaresan on the line, and he's a content creator, and this particular episode is part of our National Social Media Awards series where we bring you the best of what's going on in social media. If you haven't heard or you do not know if you're going yet, you need to be there. You can get tickets at nationalsocialmediaawards.com, and the date will be Sunday the 7th of June, so it's coming up now, and it'll be at the Avalon in Hollywood, and I'll be there as well, so definitely be there. nationalsocialmediaawards.com. Sonny, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so this is one of my favorite series that I've been a part of in a long time because we get to talk to content creators, figure out what fuels them, what fuels their vision, and, you know, what drives them to make great content. So I guess just to get us started here, maybe give a little bit about your background and how you got into creating content.
Yeah, sure. So what I think most people, at least online, probably have seen my content from, or the people that follow me anyway. I would say I feel honored to be a part of this because I'm definitely in the world of social media, not as far as follower count goes, not super big there, but I was in the Army from around 2016 to 2021. I served as an infantry officer, and a lot of the social media following is from making videos, actually kind of making fun of different experiences that I had, kind of poking fun at just, you know, my prior bosses or experiences and just sort of funny things that happened. And I just kind of blew up from there and sort of realized people are enjoying it and it's fun to do.
That's amazing. So when you started, I want to go back to that moment where you were like, you made the decision to put some stuff up. Let's go way back. What was that like? Was it kind of random and you just did it, didn't know what would happen? Or was it like, you know what? People need to hear this message. Like, well, I'll tell you briefly my experience. I was an early streamer. I was such an early streamer on Periscope. Like when it first came out, that I remember being at a Tiesto concert. He's like up there playing at a club, whatever. And I'm streaming on Periscope, Tiesto in Las Vegas, and the bouncers were going to kick me out, and because they're like, you can't have a camera in here, you can't record him play. And I'm like, I'm not recording, I'm streaming. Nobody even knew what it was. Think about how ridiculous that sounds. It's today's day and age when everybody has going out. Literally, they were trying to kick me out. I'm like, no, look, I'm not recording, I'm streaming. The only one doing it way back when. So for me, it was random and fun. What was it like for you?
Yeah, interestingly, a little bit similar. And if anyone's listening to this that is in the military or has served, they might understand this. But I already kind of knew how to make videos from high school. I used to edit a bunch of videos for fun or for group projects and stuff. I don't know. I kind of I had a bootlegged version of Sony Vegas, which nobody edits in Sony Vegas anymore. But I remember doing cool effects, and I had so much fun doing it. Didn't do anything with it in college. Just one of those things. I had some fun doing it. And then I was in Iraq, and the time I deployed to Iraq for the most part was really, really like after the high intensity conflict stuff. So a lot of waiting around, and we were out on an outpost in the Syrian border, and I brought my GoPro, maybe in the hopes of getting some cool footage. And I ended up just kind of making funny videos with my platoon, just kind of, I don't know, funny little workouts, and I would edit it and show it to them. And they thought it was really funny. But certain other people, leaders and stuff, kind of heard I was making these videos and correlated that with I'm not doing my job. And there was just so much actual bad things that were kind of happening that I won't necessarily get into as far as other leaders that were doing very, very questionable things that seemed to go unpunished. So I was lucky that I had a really, really good, what's called like a platoon sergeant, the guy kind of managing the platoon, and I was the officer. And this guy was a solid guy. And he said, he even thought it was silly I was making videos, but he said, it's ridiculous, the reaction to you just doing something for fun. So I decided to get out of the Army and pursue kind of my own things. And all my friends said, you have to make fun of all these people. And so kind of just, I posted a video, and my first video that I posted that went viral, at least in the community, was things that your commander says. And it's kind of a joke, like things your bosses say, and kind of blew up and just never really stopped. So
that's greatness. I love it. And it's but it is funny.
It is funny to your point about streaming before it was like, now certain people for a while thought that I was still in the Army. I mean, sometimes I think about the fact I'm still making content about it. Been out several years, but whatever. People like it. But it's funny because the culture's changed a lot where now social media is much more acceptable for somebody in a uniform to be, just posting. Whereas about the time I got out, I was still heavily frowned upon. So it's kind of therapeutic to, I don't know, just point out ridiculous things.
Yeah. So now and you mentioned you're still making content along that niche as well. What fuels your creativity right now? Like what makes you I'll timestamp this for us, May 14th, 2026. What fuels your creation nowadays?
So there's kind of two things. Interestingly, I got out of the military to kind of pursue a kind of adventure, fashion, like almost James Bond kind of lifestyle clothing thing, which I'm actually still going to be launching some cool sunglasses for that this summer.
So we got a name? I'm all about name dropping. You got to drop that name. I want to break the news on the show, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's called Zuvier. The site's been up, Zuvier, Zuvier. It's a made-up word that my friends and I thought were funny, that it looked like a French luxury brand, but we were actually doing cool things, at least in our mind. And so I kind of got out of the Army to do that a little bit, but these videos blew up. And then I realized I can maybe do both, where I get stimulated by just being able to create characters. And I've gotten some small acting roles because of this. I did some work for a studio called Vet TV in LA, which, as the name sounds, does a lot of veteran kind of related content on a kind of indie. They're in San Diego, I believe, or their headquarters, and they do kind of like mid indie size production stuff. So that was really cool. Where now when I make videos, even though sometimes or a lot of it's still very veteran related, I get stimulated by just putting together, like thinking of a story and being able to, create something out of it, or even I'll just encounter some annoying thing in my life and I get to kind of reflect on it through a skit. So that's kind of, ability to just create stuff for free.
And
cool.
And you've already done like some of the, like you mentioned, like you were cast for some roles and things like that. So when you think about, I talk to people about this all the time, like when you think about like world building and like AI, all these other things are out, which I'm a fan of. Our company uses AI. We use every technology, and we invest extremely heavily in all of that because we don't want to fall behind, right? But when you think about world building, like IP, your stories, the way you can bring those to life, like that's the gold. So like as you're talking about this, I'm like, think about like The Office, but your niche, right? Or think about like all these different formats for a streaming show, or this or that. Otherwise, like it really is endless, but it all starts from your ideas. But I think it's just a great time for the creator economy as a whole.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of it, now I'm thinking about this, is very much, I have gotten a few brand deals that are for targeting the military audience. So I won't lie and say that sometimes that motivates me to still target
it's a business. I love that you bring this out, because this is a business. Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly didn't start out that way, but I will say a lot of times I'm not thinking about the Army quite as much as I am having fun bringing out different personalities. So, like for example, you talk about world building, like because I have fun kind of acting, I have a sketch series about like corporate life in the military, which is like a real thing. It's called Staff, like a staff officer, and it's just all the worst parts about the Army combined with all the worst parts about corporate life. And the boss, who's like a major, like a rank, I kind of base him on Ari Gold a little bit from Entourage, if you've ever seen Entourage.
Yeah, of course.
So I have fun doing stuff like that, where I get to play with, even though I have like kind of a topic or a niche. Like in my mind, it's like, I get to bring a little bit of Ari Gold or stuff like that. So I have a ton of fun doing that.
Man, I love it. This is a great story. You're super talented, Sonny. I'm excited to continue to watch your growth as a content creator and just all the different ways that you get to grow your platform and do things. I know on Instagram you're at Sunny_actual. Definitely want people to go and check that out. Other than that, though, of course, Instagram, again, at Sunny_actual. How do people follow up? How do they connect?
Yeah, you can. I'm on Instagram as Sunny Actual, TikTok as same Sunny Actual. I think that's the real Sunny on YouTube, and all kind of links to all the other stuff I'm doing. The clothing stuff, my personal life. You can find it on there, and shoot me a DM. Always appreciate that. So
awesome. Perfect. For everybody listening, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so you can just click on the links and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way on your journey as well. So hit that subscribe or follow button. And if you haven't done it yet and you're going to be in LA on Sunday, the 7th of June, then join us for the National Social Media Awards. It's going to be a great event. There'll be over 700 people there, tons of influencers, tons of content creators, and however you want to label it. It's going to be a big, big event. It's going to be in Hollywood, so come out and check us out, nationalsocialmediaawards.com. And Sonny, thanks again for coming on.
Appreciate it. Thank you.